I had heard tales of the abandoned Shake Shack near the edge of town, but nothing could have prepared me for the chilling encounter I was about to experience. As a thrill seeker with a penchant for exploring the unknown, I couldn't resist the allure of uncovering the shack's rumored dark past. With my flashlight in hand and a heavy heart pounding in my chest, I ventured into the night, my curiosity outweighing my better judgment. The moon hung low in the sky, casting eerie shadows across the overgrown path that led to the shack. The wind whispered through the trees, its mournful voice sending shivers down my spine. I swallowed my fear, my footsteps crunching on fallen leaves as I pushed forward. The closer I got, the more unsettling the atmosphere became. The shack stood before me, a dilapidated structure that seemed to groan in protest as it fought against the relentless hands of time. Boards were missing from the windows, and the door hung askew on rusted hinges. It was as if the shack itself had given up, succumbing to the weight of its own secrets. My flashlight beam cut through the darkness, revealing a forgotten world within. Cobwebs adorned every corner, and the air was thick with dust and decay. The interior was littered with shattered glass and debris, remnants of the past that refused to fade away. I cautiously stepped inside, my heart racing with each creak of the floorboards beneath me. My gaze was drawn to an old, faded menu hanging on the wall. It listed items that were foreign to my modern palate, a testament to a time long gone. The counter was coated in grime, and a sense of unease settled over me as I imagined the bustling days when this shack had been alive with laughter and the sizzle of grilling burgers. But there was something else in the air, something that stirred my senses and sent my instincts into overdrive. It was the feeling of being watched, of not being alone in that decrepit space. I spun around, my flashlight beam sweeping the room, revealing nothing but shadows that seemed to dance and play tricks on my mind. My heartbeat thundered in my ears as I ventured deeper into the shack, my breath catching in my throat. As I turned a corner, I stumbled upon a small room at the back. The door was slightly ajar, and an eerie glow emanated from within. My curiosity overpowered my fear, and I pushed the door open, revealing a scene that would forever haunt my nightmares. The room was a makeshift kitchen, with old appliances covered in grime. But what caught my attention was the long, rusted meat hook hanging from the ceiling. A pool of dried, brownish liquid stained the floor beneath it. My mind raced, connecting the dots between the hook and the stories I'd heard about the shack's sinister history. My flashlight trembled in my hand as I continued to explore. The fear that had been gnawing at the edges of my consciousness now gripped me fully, like icy tendrils winding their way around my heart. Each shadow seemed to hold a hidden threat, each creak a whisper of danger. As I moved further in, I came across a narrow staircase leading down into darkness. I hesitated, my rational mind urging me to turn back, but my morbid curiosity propelled me forward. The steps creaked beneath my weight, their protests echoing through the stillness. The air grew colder, and the damp scent of earth and decay filled my nostrils. At the bottom of the staircase, I found myself in a dimly lit chamber, the walls lined with shell. Jars filled with murky liquids and grotesque specimens greeted my gaze. My heart raced as I realized the true nature of this place, a butcher's lair, a sinister space where something far more sinister than food had been prepared. A chill ran down my spine as I spotted an old ledger on one of the shelves. With trembling hands, I opened it, and the truth was revealed in chilling detail. The ledger contained names, dates, and gruesome descriptions of the special cuts prepared at the shack. My stomach churned as I read the horrifying entries, each one more disturbing than the last. The realization hit me like a freight train. I had stumbled upon a place of unspeakable horror, a place where human lives had been taken, and transformed into twisted meals for the unsuspecting. The darkness of the shack's past was a nightmare that had seeped into the very walls, infecting the space with a malevolent energy. My mind raced as I retraced my steps, desperate to escape the suffocating grip of the shack's history. But as I climbed the staircase, a low, guttural sound echoed through the air, freezing me in my tracks. My flashlight flickered, casting eerie shadows that seemed to dance and twist, taking on sinister forms. I backed away, my heart pounding, my breath coming in ragged gasps. The sound grew louder, closer, and then, emerging from the shadows, a figure emerged. It was hunched and disfigured, its features twisted into a grotesque mask. My screams were caught in my throat as I realized the truth. It was the embodiment of the shack's malevolence, a living nightmare born from its dark history. I turned and bolted, adrenaline coursing through my veins as I raced back through the shack. The walls seemed to close in around me, and the figure pursued relentlessly, its grotesque form undulating with each step. The exit loomed ahead, a beacon of hope in the suffocating darkness. I burst through the door, stumbling into the moonlit night, my lungs burning with exertion. The shack loomed behind me, a menacing presence that seemed to leer in triumph. The wind carried a mournful sigh, as if the shack itself was exhaling a malevolent breath. I fled through the overgrown path, my heart still racing, my mind reeling from the horrors I'd witnessed. The stories had been true, and the darkness that had consumed the shack had consumed me as well, leaving me forever scarred by the depths of human cruelty. Now, as I sit here, penning down my harrowing experience, I am haunted by the memories of that night. The figure's twisted visage lingers in the corners of my mind, its malevolent gaze burning into my soul. The shack's dark secret will forever be etched into my psyche, a chilling reminder that evil can take root in the most unexpected of places, lurking in the shadows, waiting to be uncovered by the curious and the foolish.